Today, we're taking a look at the Series 2 LEGO Marvel CMF series. Oh boy, I've had these guys for a while, I just haven't really reviewed them yet, but I'm looking forward to it because there's some figures that actually are cool, but it's not that big of a set. Is it better than Series 1? I guess we'll find out. So let's take a look at these guys one by one. And yeah, let's just get this ball rolling. There's 12 figures that we gotta look at, so let's look at all 12 of them. So here is all of the figures in all of their glory. Series 1 had some pretty dope figures, but Series 2 has some interesting ones on how they chose what they decided to put in this series. And it's pretty dope to see some of them. I actually really do like the way some of them look, but I think we're gonna start off with you know, how I kind of have it right now. So we're gonna start off with the Moon Knights and work our way this way and just keep on going like that. So let's take a look at them one by one. So starting off the list is Moon Knight, and I absolutely love the way this guy looks. He looks really dope, and I actually like all of the printing. There really is no flaws with this figure. There's a lot of figures that I actually really like in this set. I don't know if it's better than Series 1, because some of the figures are like, okay, why would you add that in there when you could have added someone else? But for what it is, I think this is a great figure, and the series is a decent series as a whole. But starting off with Moon Knight, this is a great figure to start off with. The show was pretty dope, and the figure itself is awesome. You can see that he comes with a couple accessories. He comes with these little moon, I guess you can, moonaranes. That's what I'm going to call them, the moonaranes. He also comes with two different scarabs, but one of them's just more of an extra. But you can see how that looks, and that does look very nice. You can see the printing on it, and I really do like the way that looks. But you can see the entire printing on the figure. The chest, the head, the actual cow looks really cool, and I do believe that is a new piece that I've seen before. New different hood piece. You can see the legs are really nicely done, and how it connects to the from the waist piece to the legs. I think that's really cool. And of course, like, the best part about figures like this is the side leg printing and the side arm printing, and you can see how that looks, and that just looks awesome. He also does have some back printing as well, which is very decent as well. I love the whole mummy wrapped look. I think the only complaint I can really say about this figure is that I wish that it had some darker highlights, but other than that, this is a beautiful figure. I love the kind of full-on white, and it just looks so cool. He also does have double expressions. You can see he does have the first face right here, which is a really cool face. But if you turn the hood around, he has a another face as well. And I don't remember what the actual names of the characters are. I don't, is Steven and Mark? I think so. But this is Mark's face, and it does look really cool. And it actually does kind of look like him, but there's no like different swap out hair pieces for this, but the head does look really cool. And if you kind of wanted to add the hood on, you could, and that does do decently, but I do prefer the full-on masked look. And I think this is a beautiful figure, and one that definitely a lot of people should get because it is really cool. Next on our list is Mr. Knight, which is Steven's alter ego. And it just looks so cool. I do like the way this one looks. He does come with the two like kind of metal stick things, and it does look cool. I like the suit, and I do like how it extends to the legs. For him, I don't think arm or side leg printing would have been necessary. I mean, you could probably add some like little cuffs here. I think that would have been really cool. But other than that, I don't think that it really it would have benefited from it. Definitely, I think every figure from the CMF line should have arm and side leg printing, just because of how unique they are. But for this figure not having it, I don't think it's like a deal breaker. I think this figure is still really cool. I do love the printing. I love the way it looks. I love the mask piece, and there is some back printing as well. from the head and also to the suit as well. Very basic looking figure, but I think it does look really cool. It's definitely not as impressive as the regular Moon Knight figure, but I think it is still really cool. And he also has his little goldfish, which is made from the 2 stud wide brick, and a tile piece here and an ingot piece right here to make up the fish tank. And it's also printed as well. There's no stickers, it's printed, and I think that does look really cool. Love it. It's so cool, and I think it's a great little addition for him. But yeah, that's Mr. Knight. So this is, I think, the Giant. I don't remember on who this character is. I know he's going to be in What If, but it's an interesting figure to do. But all I know is that it's supposed to be, I believe, Larry Fishburne? I don't know. I call him Cowboy Curtis because I know who Cowboy Curtis is. But it's a pretty decent figure. Honestly, when I got this figure, I was like, oh, okay. But after like really looking at him, I love the way he looks. I love the leg printing. I love the torso printing, the side leg printing, the arm printing, the back printing, and the helmet. I think it just looks awesome. I love the blue to it. And he also does come with a miniature Ant-Man as well. So if we kind of look at that here, I do have like a bunch of other miniature Ant-Mans, and yeah, I would have compared them, but I don't feel like, bringing them all out. So there's that. And he does look like really, really dope. And of course, he does have some face print as well, which underneath you could see that it has this look right here, which is really cool. And also some back head printing as well. But it also does come with a hairpiece as well. And I think that's really cool. I'm so glad that they added that. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I don't remember what the character's name is, but I think he has a really, really decent figure. And it's surprisingly one that I wasn't really looking forward to like at all. But now I'm super happy that I have him. So next we have Agatha. And Agatha is a figure that it's so cool. I love the way she looks. I didn't really think I would want her that much, but she looks so cool. I love the way she looks. So we're going to move the little book out of the way first and just take a look at what she's got going on. And I love the printing of the actual suit, or the actual dress. I think it's like super, super cool. She does have the effect pieces on her hands too, which pretty much work like this. You just push down on the ends here, and they just go flying like that. Hopefully you guys saw that. But it does look really, really nice. She doesn't have arm printing or side leg printing, but she does use the new dress piece, which kind of, because before they used like the, just basic slopes, but this one actually kind of drapes down, which is the first piece I've gotten like that. So I think that's really cool. She does have some back printing as well, which is very nice because it kind of does connect to the other side as well. And she has 2 different faces. She's got the winky face, and she's got the kind of more evil grin face. And I really like both of them, but I prefer the winky face because it's just something different, and it just looks awesome. I love that. She looks so cool. And she does have this nice purple cape as well, which I really do like the way that looks. And of course, like I showed you before, she does come with a book, and this is the book that was in like the show. And it does look really, really nice. I don't know if that's like backwards or not. No, that's the right way. But it does look really cool. Love the cover. But if you do open it up, there is an image of the Scarlet Witch that's right in the book. And I think that's really cool. It's just like one of these 2 stud tiles. And it does look really nice. I do like the way the book looks. And she can hold this in her hand because she does have a little slot for her hand to go into. But it does look really, really nice. I love that inner detail right there. I think that's really cool. But that's pretty much Agatha. I think she's a really awesome figure. Definitely a surprise as well. But I really like the way she came out. Next, we have the Werewolf by Night, right? Is that what it's called? I don't know. I didn't watch that. There's a lot of shows that I don't watch because I don't feel like watching it. Because honestly, to me, well, I'll rant about most of this later, but it's a decent figure. It's all right. The show actually does look interesting. I do like the whole black and white look of it. I know they have a full-on colored version out now, but I prefer just watching the black and white one. But it does look cool. I do like, some things about it, but really I just don't care for it that much. I don't really like the headpiece, like the whole hairpiece, and also the headpiece does look funny as well. But, everything else is fine. I do like the leg printings. You could probably switch that out with like your other werewolves or something if you want some side leg printing. But really, there's nothing too interesting about this figure, and he does come with like this, I don't know what that is, but here's that accessory. It's interesting. Kind of thought it was a heart at first, but I don't think it is. It's some kind of stone. But I don't know. The only like good thing I really can say about this is I like the leg printing, and if I have another werewolf, which I do, I have the original, was Series 3 CMF series werewolf. I could probably replace his legs with these ones because I like these ones a lot. From my knowledge, there is 2 face prints, which one of them is happy, which is kind of dumb. Okay. And then there's like this kind of more angry face, which it's alright. It's kind of dumb. It looks goofy. I do like the ears on the side though, but it just looks goofy. This is definitely a figure that I'm just like, ugh. It's one of those figures where it's like, okay, you did not need to make it, but you did, so whatever. You could have made it a little bit more scary-like, but whatever, I don't care. Tell me what you guys think about this one. I'm just kind of like, eh. And next we have She-Hulk, and a show that I refuse to watch because I know of how shit it is. But She-Hulk does look decent. I do like the way she looks. Nothing will ever top the original She-Hulk that we got. But she does have some pretty nice detailing. The suit itself is not bad, but, it's definitely nothing good. I do kind of like the whole look of it. It's a decent look. I do like the side arm and side leg printing, I'm not going to complain about that. The headpiece does look really nice. She's got a happy face, and she's got a kind of more smirk face. She also does have a cell phone, which is on the phone with Wong right now, or Wong is calling her. And she does have this villain file, which is probably the best part about this figure. And it has the Abomination on it, and that just looks beautiful. I love the way that looks. This is definitely the best part about this figure. Everything else is just kind of mid, really. Since I have the original up here in my favorite minifigure kind of display that I have here, there's pretty much the differences there. I killed her. Next we have Echo, which she is from the Hawkeye show. She's kind of like one of the, I guess the second baddie to Wilson Fisk. I do like the way she looks. She's a different, interesting character. I think her whole story in Hawkeye was okay, but she's getting her own show, which I didn't really understand why she needed her own show, but the show itself actually looks decent. I do like the more original Netflix kind of feel to it. I think that would definitely bring me in, but I'm not holding my breath on this show, but we'll see what happens. I really do hope that it is decent and something Marvel is good, because so far Marvel's just kind of dying to me, But if they can wow me with this show, then maybe they'll have my attention back. So we'll see what happens. I do like the way it looks, and I love Wilson Fisk. He's one of my favorites. But the figure itself does look interesting. She does use the newer kind of amputee leg, which I always just thought was weird. I don't know why you would add legs like this, but it definitely does bring a character like this more accurate. And if you do have like 2 on the same side, you probably make a Foxy custom, because I think that'd be kind of cool. I could see that being the only use for these figures, for these legs. But it does look nice. I do like the printing on it. I think it's very interesting and I like the colors. The weapons she has look weird. I don't know if I'm missing a stud for this one, but they just look funny. I don't really care for them. But I do like everything else. I do like the back printing. She does have 2 different faces. One of them is a way more angrier face, which you don't really see often with some of these characters. Of course, she has the back printing as well. And she does have the kind of neutral face as well, which is pretty nice. Like I said, a character that I don't really care for, but if she can wow me with the Echo show, then yeah, we can see what happens. It'll be a very weird team up between Daredevil and Daredevil and her, since she's deaf and Daredevil's blind. So we'll see how that goes. Next, we have Hawkeye, which Hawkeye definitely got the short end of the stick on this series. I don't know why. Everything pretty much is dope, but the leg printing. Why does he not have leg printing? Everybody else has leg printing from what I see, and he doesn't. I don't understand why you wouldn't give Hawkeye, who is a member of the original 6 Avengers, not leg printing. I think that's kind of dumb to me. I don't understand why you wouldn't add leg printing to him, because there definitely needs some detailing. You know, even if it's just some lines, I think that would be better than nothing, I guess. But, you know, it's just kind of a me thing. But he does have some pretty good detailing. I do like the arm printing. I do like the torso printing. It definitely does show up more purple on screen, I think. But it's a little bit more pinkish, or a very light purple. One of his accessories is an owl. I don't understand why. There's like an owl like 2 seconds into the movie, I guess, but you know, I don't remember what they really do with the owl, if they do anything at all. I just remember them seeing it. He does have a very new bow though, which I think is really cool. Of course, he's got the kind of arrow holders right there. I'm trying to get the head off so I can show you the back printing, because the back printing actually does have some pretty decent printing, because I do like the kind of strap in the back. I think that's really cool. But yeah, that's pretty much that. He does have 2 different faces. He's got the more neutral face, and then if you turn that around, he's got the bandaged, more kind of mad face, which is pretty decent. I actually really do like that face, but we'll leave it on neutral for right now. So let's get him back on his stand. It's a figure that I wish they did more with, which I don't understand why they didn't do more with, but oh well, it's interesting for how it is, and I think it's you know, it's okay. I just wish they would have done leg printing. That's my only problem with this figure. Next, we have Kate Bishop, which Kate Bishop does have another accessory, which we'll just bring that out right now because it is a little bit big. She comes with the little doggy dog. The doggy dog is pretty interesting. The dog has only one eye, which is funny. You can see that he does have some like fur and stuff, and he's got a little stud on the back, but I think it's a very nice, well detailed little dog. I think it's it's an interesting figure to add. But yeah, that's basically the dog. So let's bring out Kate Bishop again. And I think she does have some pretty dope stuff. So she does come with this little tile piece, and it's got a nice little pizza box logo on it. I think that's really cool. And she comes with kind of the same style bow, but it's in a brown color instead. And she does have a fantastic torso print. I think that's like very accurate to the show. She does have some very nice leg printing. I do like the way the leg printing looks, especially on the side. I love that little pocket on the side. And she does have some other stuff on the other side as well. I think that's really cool. But it's very nice. She doesn't have like arm printing on this side, but she does on this side, which I think is accurate. But I love that torso print. The face print itself actually looks really nice. And I do like the hair piece. It's really cool. But she's got this more angry expression. And then on the other side, she's got a more, I guess, neutral impression as well. And like we did with Hawkeye, we're going to take off her head and show you what's underneath. Show you the back printing that's underneath. And I think it's a pretty decent back printing as well. But I do like it. I do like the different colors of arm, because there is you got the dark purple, You also got this kind of magenta color as well. And this arm is a pink color. So I think just all three colors just kind of mashed together, I think look really, really nice. But I do like the hairpiece as well. And she does come with decent accessories. So I think she's a pretty decent figure. We are coming to the end now, and we have three more figures to actually look at. And here he is, Beast in all his glory. I like the hairpiece. The hairpiece is actually really cool. It's kind of like an updated look of that original like Wolverine style hairpiece. I do like it. I do like the ears as well on the side. He comes with a brick built like microscope, which is pretty cool. I do like the way that that does look. It also does come with an X-Men cup, and I do like the printing on the chest. I like the printing on the legs as well. No side printing, no arm printing, and he's got some back printing there. I do like the glasses expression, and if you turn that around, he does have the beast mode face, which I think is really, really dope. But it's an interesting figure. I do like the way it looks. I do really, really like the whole X-Men's coming back, and I think that these looks are really, really cool. But yeah, other than that, this is a great figure. Very simple, but it's a great figure. I don't think he really needed any side and arm printing. It would just be kind of like, you know, fur wiggles, which honestly they could have done. That's kind of easy to do, but whatever. It does look really nice. Next up is Storm, which I really do like the way Storm looks. She looks really cool. I love the whole cape piece, the whole cape piece coming from the clipping onto the neck and then going onto the actual hands. I think that's really, really cool. And she does have this kind of shoulder pad piece. She does have the white mohawk as well, which is awesome. I love the white suit as well, which is really, really nice. And I like the face print. The face print is really cool. And she does have some back printing as well. Very basic back printing, but it does look really nice. And she does have these electric pieces to show that she's like using her powers. And it's a great figure. A simple figure to talk about, but it's a great looking figure. And I really do like the way it looks. And last but not least, we have Logan the Wolverine. It's such a cool figure. I love the way this guy looks. His accessories he comes with is the Sentinel head, which I think is done beautifully. I love the scratches on it. I think that's really cool. I kind of just have it like this, like it's flying through the air, like he cut it off. And Wolverine himself is really dope. We're gonna take him off the little stand and we're just gonna hold him for a minute. So we're gonna start off with the actual cowl piece, which is really, really dope looking. I love the way this looks. I don't know if it's like different from the rest of the cowl pieces, but I don't think it is. I think it's pretty much the same. But just to make sure, I'm gonna bring out this guy, which is the mech suit, and it's pretty much the same as the Wolverines I think we've gotten in the past. But yeah, this is a great looking head sculpt, and I love the arm printing with the little hairs on it. I love that torso print, that the leg printing with the side leg printing on it. The back printing looks beautiful. There is a little bit of a smudge right there, but other than that, it's just such a beautiful figure, and definitely I think is one of the best figures of this wave. There are definitely some great detailing on some of these figures, but I think that this one's just awesome. And he does have two head sculpts. He's got the first one with the kind of glasses on, and he's got the more neutral one. But if you really wanted to do neutral, you can add in this included hair piece, which I think is really, really dope. So if you just snap that on, there you go. There we go. We have Wolverine already. And I think that just looks awesome. I love the way that looks. But we're going to keep that mask on for now. But yeah, this is a great figure. It's definitely my favorite of the wave. But yeah, there's been some pretty decent figures in this wave. Now, I'm trying to remember what we got for Series 1, just to kind of see if like it was better than this wave. I do think that, I don't know, I think the hype for this wave isn't as, as big as Series 1 was. and I just remember just seeing so much about it. And I think one of the there's a couple issues because none of these characters really are desirable. I mean, you got the X-Men figures, the 2 Moon Knights I think is really cool, but everyone else I think you could say that they're not desirable at all. It is sad to say, but I don't think anyone would be looking for him that much. But the armor is cool. Agatha is a cool character, but you know, it's a figure that's kind of like for a couple people, I guess. No one really would look for him. I think the show left a bad taste on this figure. Again, a character that's not really that memorable. And then you have Hawkeye and Kate Bishop, which I guess could be memorable, but you know, it's whatever. But yeah, I think the only characters that would really, that everyone would be wanting would be the X-Men figures and the Moon Knight figures. But really, to me, this is a solid wave. I don't know if it is better than the first wave, because the first wave had some bangers. But, you know, I think that for all these figures, it's a decent wave, and I do like the way they look. I don't know if I can say it's better. I think that's kind of up to you guys, but yeah. But other than that, I think that this is a pretty solid wave. It just has some figures that I don't care for. Definitely probably going to be selling the She-Hulk and probably the Werewolf as well. But you know, we'll keep Echo just to see, and maybe use her for parts, whatever. I do like the Kate Bishop and the Hawkeye, and I of course love the X-Men figures, and I love the Moon Knight figures. These are really cool, and surprisingly, I really like these two figures. I think it's just these two that are like my least favorite, because they're okay. But she does have some pretty cool accessories. But yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. We're going to take a look at the packaging real quick. So we're going to move this out of the way and take a look at this very, very nice packaging. That's a lie. I think that this packaging is dumb. I don't like the packaging at all. Yeah, I get the whole point of the collectible minifigure series. You're not supposed to know what it is. But if you have a budget and you can't go out spending, you know, $5 on these figures just over and over again, trying to get the one that you really want, I think this is a dumb. This is dumb. I wish the bags were brought back, because this is really, really dumb, and I don't like these packagings. It's so shit. It's such a shitty packaging. Most of the time I went to the store and half the boxes were already opened, and I will admit, towards the end, I was getting upset because Kate Bishop was the only one I needed, and yeah, I did not want to get anybody else. So I did open some of them as well, because like at this point I don't care. Who gives a shit? This is a horrible boxing. I don't like the way it looks. The front of it does look actually decent, but everything else is just, yeah, it's alright. But it does fold out like this. The figure doesn't come in like a plastic bag to kind of like, you know, make sure that it's safe. It's thrown in there. It's bullshit. I think that it's just all dumb. A little plastic bag, or if you're trying to cut down on plastic, add something to make the figure actually stay in there. Because if there actually was like a little hole, like an error in packaging, you don't want your bricks to get missing, and you definitely don't want anybody to just steal pieces like that. But yeah, it's dumb. It's a dumb packaging. I don't like it. I don't like how I can't feel for the figure, and I know that probably ruins the point of like the mystery figure. But I mean, come on, man. I got bills to pay. I don't have time to be searching through these fuckers. But it's a nice wave. It's okay. I think the packaging's dumb. The way you have to look for them is dumb, and some of the figures, especially just this whole line of figures right here, are definitely really undesirable, but everybody else is pretty dope, and even the undesirable ones have some pretty decent detail that you have to admit. But I don't know, I think it would have to go to Series 1, because Series 1 had some bangers that I have up here on my favorite minifigure shelf. I mean, you can't really deny that the Spider-Man is probably one of the best Spider-Man figures that we've gotten. The zombie Captain America is beautifully done, And of course, you have the beautiful and probably the best minifigure we have ever gotten. Captain Carter looks awesome, and I think just these three figures alone really just wipe out the whole wave for me. But yeah, especially the Captain Carter. I love the Captain Carter figure. But none of them blew my mind as Series 1 did, so I'd say Series 1 takes the lead. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. So now I can finally get these off the corner of my shelf, because I kind of just had them there to just make sure I knew where they were when I actually did this video. And yeah, now I can finally put them in a spot. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys did enjoy this little video. If you wanted to see my review for Series 1, definitely go check it out on YouTube, because I do have it, I believe, in a Lego playlist. But if I don't, I'll probably be making one, and it will be there for you guys. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys did enjoy this little video of Series 2 of the CMF series for Marvel. Maybe Series 1 might be decent, but who knows. That's going to be it. I'll see you guys next time.